Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Oh my gosh. I'm so happy to see you and so glad that you are here on this special day. And we're going to talk about what makes it special later. Right now, I just want to welcome you. And I want to welcome you if you're here for the first time. You're our guest and we would like to acknowledge you. Is there anyone here for the first time who feels comfortable in giving their name and where they're from and etc.? Anyone?
I mean, I'm here for the first time.
Yes, Max, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm Max Goldschmidt. I'm a musician around here. I play a lot of different horns and a little bit of piano and bass. And I'm a semi-pro or maybe pro musician around here. So I play with Cheryl Ann, who's sitting right there.
Who sang for us also? Yes. All right. We are so blessed. Well, we're going to jump right into it then. It's a big day. It's a big day, and every day is a big day if we declare it to be so. So let's take a breath and get centered. Shake off all the busyness of getting here, all of the preparation for the potluck to follow, everything, and let's be here now. We are open and receptive to the living spirit of truth that guides us, inspires us, that is the truth of us. And so as we center into this realization, we give thanks for this day, knowing that each one of us is here by divine appointment. We embrace the blessings of this day, of this moment. And we are grateful. Thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is. Amen.
Danced for the scribe and the Pharisee. They would not dance and they would not follow me. I danced for the fishermen, for James and John. They came to me and the dance went on. Dance, dance, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all. Wherever you may be, I will lead you all in the dance, said he. On the Sabbath and I cured the lame. The holy people said it was a shame. They whipped and they stripped and they hung me high. They left me there on the cross to die. Dance then wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all. Wherever you may be, I will lead you all in the dance, said he. Danced on a Friday when the sky turned black. It's hard to dance with the devil on your back. They buried my body and they thought I gone, but I am the dance and I still go on. Dance then wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all. Wherever you may be, I will lead you all in the dance, said he. high. I am the life that'll never, never die. I live in you if you live in me, 'cause I am the Lord of the dance city. Dance, dance, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance city, and I'll lead you all wherever you may be. I will lead you all in the dance city.
Dance. Whoever said dance isn't sacred didn't know what they were talking about. Okay, our opening statement. Please join me. There's only one presence and one power in the universe, and in my life, God, the good and omnipotent. And our vision is a world of spiritually awakened hearts and minds. And our mission, we are creating a joyful community on a spiritual pathway to peace and love through fellowship, classes, music, and services. And so it is. Please be seated. And John Gessner is going to share the daily word with us.
Today's word is Easter. Through Christ I rise again. On this glorious Easter Sunday, the sun rises on a new day. I'm glorious, too, called to life and shining with joy because Christ is risen in me. Just as the stone was rolled away to reveal an empty tomb where Jesus' crucified body had been, I roll away the stones of all that has kept me entombed and leave my crucifixion experience behind. Easter is a celebration of Jesus overcoming death. It is also an invitation to celebrate my victory over all I have survived. It is a celebration of the triumph of truth, the resurrection of the Christ within. The trials of the world are always temporary. Today, I roll away the stone of limitation, and I am resurrected into the truth of God. With joy, I rise again. And from John 11:25, I am the resurrection and the life. Today's word is Easter.
Please join us in singing our centering song, Letting Go. It's in your bulletins. Let the peaceful waters tumble down my soul. Let me live in this moment and watch it all unfold. And let this joyful feeling come from deep inside and lift my spirit closer to the light. Oh, I'm letting go. Oh, I'm letting go. I'm gonna roll with the tide, surrender to the highs and lows, through the pull of the moon and the ebb and flow. And now you're lost in the stillness of a silent prayer, just the movement of breath and a heartbeat there. Oh, I'm letting go. Oh, I'm letting go. settle down my soul. Let me live in this moment and watch it all unfold. And let this joyful feeling come from deep inside and lift my spirit closer to the light. Oh, I'm letting go. Oh, I'm letting go.
And now we have the opportunity to truly surrender, to let go, and to know that regardless of appearances, all is well. The life that courses through us cannot be extinguished. It just changes forms and expressions. We feel this life inside of us, and the energy moves through us as joy, sometimes sadness. It is divine life expressing through us as us. We are one with each other and one with it. On this day, in this now moment, we let go. And we say, have your way with me. Guide me, heal me. Let me be here for you, sweet Spirit. As we take a moment now, each of us has a prayer on her heart. And let us just let that prayer ascend as we become still and receptive to the living Spirit of truth. Thank you, sweet Spirit. Thank you for answered prayers. Thank you for knowing the truth of who we are. We lift our eyes now and we embrace this day, saying yes to life and yes to what you have called us to be, which is no less than the light of the world. This is our prayer and our decree, and so it is, and so we let it be. Amen, amen, and amen.
Gather up the brokenness and bring it to me now. The fragrance of His promises you never dared to vow. The splinters that you carry, the cross you left behind. Come healing of the body, come healing of the mind, and let the heavens hear it, the penitential hymn. Come healing of the spirit, come healing of the limb. Behold the gates of mercy in arbitrary space, and none of us deserving the cruelty or the grace of solitude or longing where love has been confined. Come healing of the body, come healing of the mind. Oh, see the darkness healing that tore the light apart. Come healing of the reason, come healing of the heart. Oh, trouble dust concealing in undivided love, the heart beneath is teaching to the broken heart above. And let the heavens falter, and let the earth proclaim. Come healing of the altar, come healing of the name. Oh, longing of the branches to lift the little bud. Oh, longing of the arteries to purify the blood. And let the heavens hear it, the penitential hymn. Come healing of the spirit, come healing of the limb. Oh, let the heavens hear it, the penitential hymn. Come healing of the spirit, come healing of the limb.
That is one of my all-time favorite songs by Leonard Cohen. Thank you. Thank you. And that's what Easter is about. Come healing of the spirit. Come healing of the limb. So I'm wearing my grandmother's hat. In case you're wondering, I didn't buy it in a thrift store. My sister bought my grandmother's house, and when she sold it, she was cleaning out closets and so on and so forth, and she found it. And she said, "Do you want this?" Yeah. I do. And I feel like Queen Elizabeth. You know, I remember as a kid, my grandmother wearing a hat, this hat and others, and white gloves back in the day. She didn't go out without it. I also remember as a kid watching Art Linkletter. You know, kids say the darndest things. So Art Linkletter, who was Unity, by the way, and always did Daily Word on TV. He would show the Daily Word. He asked, if you were going to the moon and you could take one thing, what would it be? And this little girl said, a pink Easter egg. I'm thinking, well, that makes sense. Gotta have rations, right? A pink Easter egg. So what is your Easter egg? Now, Easter is a day of surprises, right? A day when you open your eyes and you see your basket with all of the goodies. How in the world did Easter ever become associated with a rabbit that laid eggs? Ever wonder about that? I sure did. It goes back to when the Jewish people were in captivity in Babylon, and there was a goddess, Ishtar. Ishtar was a goddess of love, sex, and war. You wonder where the little eggs come from? That's fertility. That's what that's about. So Easter is a time of spring when things blossom and grow and new life comes about. In order to fit in a foreign culture, a lot of the customs were absorbed into the belief systems. And this is true across the board. If you really start looking at our culture and what we believe and why we believe, it can go all the way back to where you may not even want to go. When we look at Easter, I really ask, what is this truly about? I know that every year we say, oh, it's about overcoming. It's about overcoming our obstacles. It's about rolling the stone away. I say Christmas is about hope, and Easter is about faith. Do you have faith in your ability, not ego ability, but as a divine being having a human experience, to overcome? And I say, yes, of course we do. But what is it we're going to overcome? I mean, we know if we have a health challenge, we want to overcome that. If we have a prosperity challenge, we want to overcome that. If we have a relationship challenge, we want to overcome that. But what about the stuff that's hidden? Last Sunday, we talked about Palm Sunday and the meaning and the fact that the entry into Jerusalem was almost, one could say, a planned demonstration in opposition to imperial rule, the oppression of the people. And Jesus was coming in and making a statement that this is the kingdom of God. It's not the kingdom of imperial rule. And the whole week in between Palm Sunday and where we are today, he ratcheted it up. He was really teaching. He overturned the tables in the temple, and he really ticked off the scribes and the Pharisees. So they were out to get him. And he knew that. He knew that. Jesus was a renegade. He definitely was a renegade. And he went to the extreme, you could say, in order to make a point. In order to make a point. So let's talk about the final 3 days. Friday, he was tortured, beaten, crucified. We know that. Then they put his body in a cave and rolled a stone in front of it. And nothing happened on Saturday. Or did it? Or did it? Do you know, I grew up in the Methodist Church, and we said something called the Apostles' Creed. Some of you know that?
Yeah.
And the Apostles' Creed says, well, he was crucified, dead, and buried, and descended into hell. And the third day, he arose. what's this about descending into hell? You know, as a kid, I'm just saying what everybody's saying and not really thinking about it. This goes back to our Jewish roots. The Jewish people really believed that God would vindicate them. God would save them either before something disastrous happened, like a crucifixion, or after the fact, such as a resurrection. Jesus died, and on that dark Saturday, he went into hell to retrieve all of the martyrs, to say, follow me. And all of the souls who died for the love of God were lifted. This is where we get our theology of when the trumpet sounds, all souls will rise. So the resurrection, it's all about resurrection. There are lots of debates. What are we talking about? A resuscitated body? In order for God to clean up this mess and create a new world, then God has got to create new bodies, right? We're not going to have our old bodies. We're going to have our new bodies. And that's what the resurrection story is about. Okay. What does it take to have a new body? Well, I had an experience this week I'm going to share with you. It's more than just overcoming limitations. It's about retrieving the fragments of our lives that we have stuck in a cave and sealed with a stone. Okay. I received a text this week from my former stepson. He and I are not in contact all the time, but we've always been in contact over the years. He once told me, "You're more my mother than my own mother." And he said, "I think you might want to know that Dad died." Okay, I have not spoken to my former husband in 20 years, maybe. Maybe not that long, but still. He's probably the one person that I did not keep in touch with that meant something to me. And my significant other, Phil, said to me, "Well, how do you feel?" I said, "I don't feel anything. Don't feel anything." Sorry to hear that. It was unexpected, too. It happened rather over a period of a few days. Since then, all hell's broken loose. You know? The stone has been rolled away, and all of the repressed, suppressed emotions are circling around, round and around. So I get out my old photo album. There's new life there. It's like I am feeling what I haven't felt in years, respect for this person. This was back in my hippie days. We were crazy, we were wild, and we were free. He more so than me. Just saying. In his latter years, the last 20 years, he got in recovery and apparently had a very good life and a good relationship. I'm sorry I didn't know that aspect of this person. This lily I bought yesterday in memory of him. People in our lives are part of our lives, good, bad, and ugly. You know? And there is nothing wrong with our lives, no matter what we've done, no matter where we've been. There is only divine life. Easter is a reminder of that. We, in Unity, take a metaphysical view of everything, every story in the Bible. It's all about the inner transformation. And it's true. Nothing happens for the better without a change of perspective, without a letting go, without a surrender. However, Jesus also had a political side to him. Not in the sense of politics like we tend to think, you know, libertarian, Democrat, Republican, whatever. None of that. He was for the people. The liberation of our useless, self-induced, unnecessary suffering that we bring upon ourselves. We do that when we judge ourselves and we judge other people. We split ourselves into, I don't know how many pieces. Let me count the ways. So rather than overcoming, this Easter is about pulling it all together so that we have life abundantly, so that we are whole. All of our little cares and worries will take care of themselves. We don't have to overcome anything, because the divine presence within us is greater than any challenge we have. It cannot be diminished. It might change forms, as dear Joel changed forms, but life goes on. So my Easter message is about living holistically, embracing yourself in every sense of the word. Your human self, your divine self, your past self, your present self. And who knows what's going to happen 2 minutes from now? God knows. Right? Yeah. Be whole. Celebrate. Love one another. That was Jesus' last thing he said at the Last Supper. Love one another as I have loved you. Everyone is worthy. When we become transparent spiritually, the world, as Jesus hoped it would be, will come around right. It takes courage. It sure does. And we have all that we need. We have all that we need to resurrect ourselves every single day. Boy, some days I sure don't want to get out of the bed. But every day is Easter. The potential is there for us, right? That's it. That's it. Live each moment in the now and gather up the brokenness. Come healing of the body. Come healing of the mind. Happy Easter, guys.
Christ the Lord is risen today. Hallelujah. Songs of men and angels say, hallelujah. Raise your joys and triumphs high. Hallelujah. Sing ye heavens and earth's reply. No more God of dark and gloom. Hallelujah. No more thought of death and tomb. Hallelujah. To the heavens stand the lights. Hallelujah. Let our souls ascend the heights. Hallelujah. By thy dazzling radiant rays, hallelujah. Shine, illuminate our days, hallelujah. Constant be the truth will draw, hallelujah. Now arise, ascend, shine on, hallelujah.
You can be seated if you like. This is the time when we acknowledge that God is our source and that everything we need flows through us. We are the hands, the feet, the eyes, the mouth of God. So all that comes through us is always sufficient. So let's bless. What we bless is infused with the energy of appreciation, love, compassion, all of the stuff that Jesus talked about. So affirm with me, if you will, the blessing for our tithes and offerings. And if you send your check in or give in some other way other than dropping something in the basket, visualize it. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. And so it is.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. Yeah, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, and it's a new life for me. Ooh, and I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies are having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world and a better world for me. Stars when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. And freedom is mine, I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. And I'm feeling good.
Let us stand. We're going to end a little bit early. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.